Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. It's one of the smallest coins in your pocket, worth just 10 cents. But the 2000 Roosevelt Dime carries decades of history, presidential legacy, silver traditions, and hidden collector value. This tiny coin tells a powerful American story. The year 2000 marked the beginning of a new millennium. Across the United States, people celebrated technological breakthroughs, feared the Y2K bug, and reflected on a century of transformation. Quietly, in the middle of this historic transition, millions of small 10-cent coins were struck by the United States Mint. Among them was the 2000 Roosevelt Dime, a coin that may appear ordinary but carries deep historical roots and national symbolism. The United States dime has a long and fascinating history that dates back to the Coinage Act of 1792. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning 1/10. The early dimes were made of silver, reflecting the nation's early monetary system based on precious metals. Over time, as economic conditions and metal prices changed, so did the composition of the dime. The 2000 dime belongs to the Roosevelt series, which began in 1946. The series was introduced shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945. Roosevelt had served 4 terms as President of the United States and led the country through the Great Depression and most of World War II. He was also closely associated with the March of Dimes campaign, an organization dedicated to fighting polio, a disease from which he personally suffered. Because of this connection, the decision was made to honor him on the dime. The Roosevelt dime replaced the earlier Mercury dime design. The new design was created by chief engraver John R. Sinek. His initials, JS, appear on the obverse of the coin near the truncation of Roosevelt's neck. Some early rumors incorrectly claimed that the initials represented Joseph Stalin, but the Mint quickly clarified that they stood for John Sinek. The obverse of the 2000 dime features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Above his head appears the word Liberty. The motto "In God We Trust" is inscribed to the left of the portrait, while the year 2000 appears to the right. The design is clean, dignified, and consistent with previous Roosevelt dimes. On the reverse side, the coin displays a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty. To the left of the torch is an olive branch representing peace. To the right is an oak branch symbolizing strength and independence. Above these symbols appears the inscription United States of America, and below is the denomination 1 dime. The motto E pluribus unum is inscribed across the center. By the year 2000, the dime was no longer made of silver. In 1965, due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, the United States transitioned to a clad composition. The 2000 dime is composed of a copper core surrounded by outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its silvery appearance while keeping production costs low. The coin weighs 2.268 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, making it one of the smallest circulating coins in the United States. The 2000 Roosevelt dime was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark. Those struck in Denver bear a small D mint mark, and coins from San Francisco carry an S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint typically produces proof coins, which are specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 2000 dimes for circulation. Similarly, the Denver Mint also struck a very large number. These coins were distributed across the country and entered everyday commerce, passing from hand to hand in stores, banks, vending machines, and coin jars. Proof versions of the 2000 dime were struck in San Francisco. These coins were not intended for circulation but were sold directly to collectors in protective packaging. Proof coins have a mirror-like background and frosted design elements, creating a sharp contrast known as cameo or deep cameo. Collectors often seek high-grade proof examples. San Francisco. Coins struck in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark. Those struck in Denver bear a small D mint mark, and coins from San Francisco carry an S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint typically produces proof coins, which are specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 2000 dimes for circulation. Similarly, the Denver Mint also struck a very large number. These coins were distributed across the country and entered everyday commerce, passing from hand to hand in stores, banks, vending machines, and coin jars. Proof versions of the 2000 dime were struck in San Francisco. These coins were not intended for circulation but were sold directly to collectors in protective packaging. Proof coins have a mirror-like background and frosted design elements, creating a sharp contrast known as cameo or deep cameo. Collectors often seek high-grade proof examples, especially those with strong cameo contrast. The year 2000 was also significant because it followed the enormous success of the 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. While the quarter series received much public attention, the dime quietly continued its steady production with the same classic Roosevelt design. Although the 2000 dime is common, collectors still examine these coins carefully. In uncirculated condition, coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can carry a small premium. Coins with exceptional strike quality, full torch details on the reverse, or minimal contact marks are more desirable. One key factor collectors look for is full bands, or FB designation. This refers to the horizontal bands across the torch on the reverse. If the bands are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin may receive the full bands designation from grading services. Such coins are scarcer and can command higher prices. Errors and varieties also attract attention. Off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped. Off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchets, or missing clad layers can increase a coin's value significantly. While most 2000 dimes are ordinary circulation pieces worth face value, rare error examples may sell for much more. The 2000 dime is part of a broader historical timeline. From the early draped bust dimes to the seated Liberty, Barber, Mercury, and Roosevelt designs, each era reflects American artistry and political history. The Roosevelt design, in particular, has become one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. Over decades, the dime has maintained its purchasing power relative to inflation in interesting ways. In 2000, 10 cents could still purchase small items such as candy pieces or contribute meaningfully toward larger purchases. However, compared to earlier decades, inflation had reduced its real value. Despite this, the dime remains an essential part of American coinage and commerce. The design itself has remained largely unchanged since 1946, with only minor adjustments. Over the years, modifications were made to improve striking quality and adapt to modern minting technologies. Yet the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch remain central features. The symbolism of the torch, olive branch, and oak branch reflects enduring American values. Liberty, peace, and strength form the core ideals represented on the coin. These symbols resonate deeply in American history, especially considering Roosevelt's leadership during times of crisis. In the context of the new millennium, the 2000 dime represents continuity. While technology advanced rapidly and the world prepared for digital transformation, the familiar image of Roosevelt on the dime provided a sense of stability and tradition. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, often begins with everyday coins. Many collectors start by examining pocket change, searching for mint marks, errors, or high-grade examples. The 2000 dime is frequently part of beginner coin albums, especially for those assembling Roosevelt dime sets from 1946 to the present. The San Francisco proof dimes of 2000 were included in annual proof sets sold by the United States Mint. These sets often included the 5-state quarters released that year as well as other denominations. Proof sets remain popular among collectors because of their beauty and limited mintage compared to circulation coins. Another interesting aspect of the 2000 dime is its metal composition in relation to silver prices. Pre-1965 dimes contain 90% silver and are often hoarded for their bullion value. In contrast, the 2000 dime contains no silver, yet it continues the visual tradition of its silver predecessors. The transition from silver to clad coinage marked a major economic shift in American monetary history. Rising silver prices in the 1960s made it impractical to continue producing circulating silver coins. The clad composition introduced durability and cost efficiency, ensuring stable coin production for decades. In circulation, 2000 dimes often show wear quickly due to their small size and constant handling. High points such as Roosevelt's hair and cheek can lose detail with heavy use. Collectors value coins that retain strong luster and minimal wear. Grading plays a crucial role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70. A circulated 2000 dime typically remains worth 10 cents, but a certified MS 68 or higher example could be worth significantly more due to rarity in top condition. The coin's edge is reeded, featuring 118 reeds. Reeded edges were historically introduced to prevent shaving of precious metals from silver and gold coins. Even though the 2000 dime contains no silver, the reeded edge remains as a traditional feature. Modern minting technology in 2000 involved high-speed presses capable of producing hundreds of coins per minute. Quality control systems ensured consistent weight, diameter, and design clarity. Despite mass production, small variations and occasional errors still occur, adding excitement for collectors. The Roosevelt Dime series continues today, making it one of the longest-running U.S. coin designs. While other denominations have undergone major redesigns, the dime remains visually consistent, symbolizing respect for Roosevelt's legacy. Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidency reshaped American society through New Deal programs, wartime leadership, and social reforms. His presence on the dime serves as a daily reminder of resilience during hardship. In many ways, the 2000 Roosevelt dime is a bridge between centuries. It connects 20th century leadership with 21st century progress. Though small and often overlooked, it carries decades of history in its metal. For investors, the 2000 dime is not typically considered a high-value coin. However, in pristine condition or with rare errors, it can hold collector interest. Its real value lies in historical continuity and symbolic meaning. Coin roll hunters often search bank rolls for high-grade examples or errors. Finding a brilliant uncirculated 2000 dime with full bands can be a rewarding experience even if its monetary value remains modest. The durability of the clad composition ensures that many 2000 dimes will survive in good condition for decades. Unlike silver coins that were often melted, clad dimes remain plentiful. Educationally, the dime provides an accessible introduction to American history. Students learning about Franklin Roosevelt can physically hold a representation of his legacy in their hands as part of everyday commerce. The dime plays a crucial role in exact pricing, taxation calculations, and coin-operated machines. Its continued use demonstrates the efficiency of decimal currency. In conclusion, the 2000 Roosevelt dime may appear simple, but it embodies American resilience, historical remembrance, and numismatic tradition. From its presidential portrait to its symbolic reverse, from mass production to collector interest, it stands as a small yet meaningful piece of American heritage. The coin reflects continuity at the dawn of a new millennium and remains an enduring part of the nation's monetary system.